Welcome back to another Detroit Pierce podcast. We got some house cleaning to do, okay? A little housekeeping to do before we start the podcast, okay? I understand that I'm missing a B. The pack that I got at Target for this board behind me only has 3 Bs. And I realized that at the very end. And I sat there. I worked on this for like 5 minutes. And I sat there and I was like, I'm not going to waste my time. I'm just going to keep it like this. And nobody's going to say anything. And then I thought to myself, no. I know my followers. They're going to say something. I know it says foot all. I understand that. Do not get mad at me. If you're listening to this on the podcast, go click on YouTube real quick and see it, by the way, and also like and subscribe. Yeah, I misspelled football. I didn't misspell it. I'm missing a B. What do you want from me? Okay. Speaking about football, let's get right into it. My picks went 4-5 on Saturday, which makes me 4-9 on the year so far. I understand that I'm not good at this. I understand that I'm an idiot, or as some would say, an ass clown. I understand. I get it. I get it. But just like the Tigers, I'm gonna come around and try to figure out how to get to 500. I'm gonna figure this out, and you're gonna come on the road with me, and we're gonna go to 500. That's my goal. That's what we're doing. All right. Fordham choked it. I thought Alabama was gonna take a small dip. I thought Miami was better than what they were. I still think Alabama's not as good as what they usually are, but Miami's really bad. So sorry, I was wrong about that. But I say all of those negative things to get to one positive pick where I was completely right. Georgia is the real deal. Georgia is the real deal. And don't tell me Clemson's having a down year and DJ Ukulele, however you say his last name, is a bad quarterback or the offensive scheme wasn't working. I think the Georgia defense is just that talented and that good. I really think they're so good. And I think that the Georgia offense is adequate enough to win a national championship. I predicted it at the very beginning of the season. I think this is the year that Georgia makes it to the Final Four and wins it. I think Georgia is the team to beat this year. I think they're really, really good. I really think so. I think Georgia is the team to beat now. And I think that they have an easier road as an SEC team. They have an easier road. And I think they have a good chance. I think they have a good chance of making a run and making it to the national championship and winning. But something that we all saw this week is Ohio State had 3 bad quarters at Minnesota. Oklahoma playing at home against Tulane. And they're 2 plays away from losing the first game of the season with Spencer Rattler as their quarterback. North Carolina goes to Virginia Tech, gets beaten the first week. Ohio State looked bad. Clemson obviously got beat. I'm trying to think of some more teams. But I think that this college football year is going to be very topsy-turvy. I think it's going to be a little crazy and a little bit all over the place just for Alabama and Georgia to play in the national championship and Georgia to win. That was my biggest takeaway from week 1. I think it's going to be crazy. I think there's going to be teams all over the place. I think a team like Arizona State, I mean, I'm a little bit biased because I just went to their game on Thursday night. I think a team like Arizona State or Utah could win the whole entire Pac-12, be undefeated, sneak into the Final Four, and they could then get beat by 50 by Georgia or Alabama. I think that's what's going to happen, and I think that is, from what I'm seeing, I think that's what's going to happen. I think there's going to be Alabama, Georgia, a random team from the Pac-12, Ohio State in the Final Four, and I think what happens after that, Alabama and Georgia play in the national championship, and Georgia wins. If you're Clemson, you can't lose. If you're Clemson, you can't lose that game. It stinks. They're going to be a one-loss team, but they're going to be on the outside looking in, but you can't lose that game. You don't play anybody. I'm sorry. Hey, don't give me this Notre Dame's going to make the Final Four. And by the way, I also believe that Oklahoma should not make the Final Four because of everything they've done in the past and how bad they were. I think they should be banned from the college football playoff till 2025. You can't keep showing up in big games in Final Four situations, embarrassing yourself, and expect to go into the CFP. That's not how this works. You're done. In my personal opinion, I think they should be suspended. After LSU put 700 yards on Oklahoma, they were banned in my eyes. Even though LSU, that's the greatest offense ever assembled, banned. But my other big takeaway, and I realize that I'm biased, very biased on this next take. I think the Big Ten is very good. Very good. I think Maryland beating West Virginia was impressive. I think Michigan in the second half looked great. I think they look strong. They look like they're going to win 9 games, lose to Ohio State on the last week, and fire Jim Harbaugh. I think Michigan State impressed. Kenneth Walker III. By the way, side tangent, if my last name, if I was Pierce David III, I would want to be called 3. I just want that to be known. If I was a third, I would just want everybody to call me 3. I think Michigan State looked good. Back on track. I think Michigan State looked very good. I think Minnesota, obviously, against Ohio State at home, looked very strong. I think Wisconsin can't score. They won't score, but that defense looks great. I think Penn State, I love James Franklin. I think he's one of the most underrated coaches in college football. I think Penn State looked great. I think overall, I think Iowa looked great, and that kills me to say. The only team that looks bad is freaking Nebraska. I think Illinois, they lost to a UTSA team who's the best team in that conference and is going to win about 9 or 10 games. I think that's a good loss. And they only lost by 7 with their backup quarterback. I think overall, I think throughout this whole entire, I think the Big Ten is the strongest conference, top to bottom. And I think they proved it this week. And I think they're going to keep proving it week by week. They are very good. Very, very good. A lot of good teams in there. The SEC struggled. Arkansas struggled. Ole Miss will be interesting to see what they do. I just think, I don't know. SEC, obviously, Alabama, Georgia, they're obviously in a league of their own, and I think they're going to win the national championship. But I think after that, there's a lot of question marks in my mind. A lot of question marks. But the Big Ten impressed me a ton, and I think it's because they decided to play each other. I think the Big Ten, the SEC would never do this because they only play 8 conference games versus the Big Ten. They play 9. The SEC would never do this because they're too scared to do it. I think it adds a little bit of pop for week 1 when you play in-conference opponents for week 1, and I think it's awesome. I think it's cool. It adds a little pizzazz. Gets eyes on the Big Ten. It's amazing. Okay. I don't want to make it all about football in the beginning, so I'm going to do my favorite segment. I haven't done it in a while. The reason why I'm drinking coffee at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You like my new mug? The reason why I'm drinking coffee at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, is because I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning to watch F1. And the start, here's the thing. I know that people probably just skip through European Minute because, it's European sports, who cares? I put a lot of work into this. I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays and Sundays on purpose so I can watch this stuff and give you 1 minute, a 1 minute nugget into European sports, okay? So let's start European Minute in 3, 2, 1. F1, like I said, was today in Netherlands. Supermax wins. I feel good about Red Bull. Checo obviously has earned his spot. He looked so good. He started from 20th, and I think he finished in 8th. He's amazing. George Russell to Mercedes. I don't understand why. Bottas is a perfect guy for Lewis Hamilton to stomp on whenever he gets mad. Lewis Hamilton, you're a loser. You're a loser. It took you 5 laps. You're already complaining about your tires. You're a loser. And then you get mad at your race director because he didn't give you the right strategy. You're a loser. Max just flat out beat you. Okay, I've got 30 seconds left. European Soccer is starting this week. Here are my top 4. EPL, I got Man City, Man U, Chelsea, Liverpool. Liga, I got for the top 4 Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Villarreal. Serie A, I got Juventus, AC Milan, Inter Milan, Roma. Bundesliga, I got Bayern, Leipzig, Dortmund, and Wolfsburg. And then for Champions League, PSG's too obvious. I don't want to pick the obvious pick, so I'm picking Manchester United to win Champions League. That is your European Minute. It's a lot of work. That's a lot of work to do that. I impressed myself right there. All right, going into football again. Lions, NFL. Here are my predictions, okay? My dad just called me right before, and he goes, hey, by the way, make sure you talk about how I read an article about how the Lions are tanking on purpose this year. Yeah. With the roster that they have and the cuts that they've made, no kicker, no proven wide receiver. It's hard to defend. Here's what I have to say about it, though. No duh. 2, I genuinely, and I tweeted this out, I genuinely hope and believe that the Lions don't kick a single field goal all season or punt it once. I hope they go for it on every single 4th down. I hope it's 4th and goal and they're down 2, that they still go for it. Or if in that situation, the Ndamukong Suh can kick an extra point. Like, you can find a kicker on the team. You can, okay? I genuinely hope that they never kick, ever. I know that Jack Fox is our best player, but just don't. I also think that in the wide receiver position, St. Brown and Quintez Cephas are really that good. I think they're really good, solid wide receivers. And I think Hockenson is a good wide receiver, tight end position. And I think Swift is going to carry the Lions. I think he's going to carry the Lions. But I'm looking at the schedule now. I'm trying to find some wins here. Can we beat the Bengals? Can we beat the Eagles? Can we beat the Bears at home? I got the Lions winning 3 games this year. That's my official prediction. Lions win 3 games. But to go on to NFL predictions, okay. Here are my division winners. I got the Bills winning. And I want to say this. I got the Bills winning, but the Dolphins to look strong and Mac Jones to look really good. I'm a big Mac Jones guy. AFC North, I got the Steelers. I like the Steelers this year. I like Najee Harris. I like their offense. I think Big Ben's, he's going to have like a swan song. He's going to have one really good year. Got a couple wide receivers to throw it to. But again, it's going to be hard. I think the Ravens and the Browns really come close and fight. And I think they're going to have 3 teams in the AFC North go through. Okay? AFC South, for some odd reason, I just love the Colts. I love the Colts for no reason, but they've just had so much bad luck in the beginning of this year with injuries and COVID that I think that the Titans are going to win, but not by much. I think the Colts have a really late break, and I think that they don't make the playoffs, but I think they going into next year, everybody's like, that Carson Wentz ain't bad. Frank Reich is a good coach. They got some pieces. Pittman's good. T.Y. Hilton's good. I think next year they're going to be the dark horse. AFC West, Chiefs. AFC Beast. NFC Beast. There's a big part of me that wants to pick Washington because I think their defense is very, very, very good, and Riverboat Ron is the real deal, and Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think that it's the Cowboys or the Eagles, and I think it's the Eagles that come out on top. I think Smith is the Heisman Trophy, Devontae Smith. I think he's good. I think Jalen Reagor is going to be good. I think Hurts is going to be good. I think that new offensive-minded coach that can unlock Miles Sanders, I think that's the next step, and I think that's going to be a good piece, okay? NFC North, I think the Bears, as much as this hurts, I think Justin Fields is going to be Rookie of the Year. I think from what I've seen in preseason, I think he's just so damn good. But I think the Packers have their last year with Rodgers, and I think he just goes off, and he wins MVP. Devontae Adams is the number 1 wide receiver. Jones is like the number 3 running back. I think they just go off this year. And I think the Vikings are solid, but not that great. And obviously, I think the Lions are going to win 3 games. NFC South, look, I think the popular pick is going to be the Bucs. I'm picking the Bucs to win, but I am telling you, Jameis Winston is going to put up points. He's going to put up a lot of points, and they might make the playoffs and go in that SpongeBob, be the SpongeBob game, the Nickelodeon playoff game, and lose in the first game, right? Look out for that. I don't think the Falcons are very good. I don't think the Panthers are that good either. NFC West, easily the best division. All 4 teams you can make a legitimate case for. You can make a legitimate case for it, for them to win. And I wrote down the Seahawks to win, but I'm changing my pick officially. I think the Rams win. I got a soft heart for Stafford, but I think he finishes like second in the MVP voting. I really do. I really think he finishes second in MVP voting. And then with that, I've got, and then in the NFC Championship game, I think I've got to go Rams. And I got to go Packers. And I hate it, but I think the Rams go into Lambeau and win. And I think the Rams go to the Super Bowl. AFC, you got to pick. I got the Chiefs. I'm gonna pick the Chiefs, and I'm going to pick the Bills. Nah. I got the Chiefs and the Steelers, and I got the Chiefs winning. And going to the Super Bowl, Chiefs, Rams. And I got the Rams winning the Super Bowl. I think their defense is really good. I think Stafford is great. I think he's got so many weapons. Cooper Kupp, Woods, got a couple running backs. Sony Michel now. I've got the Rams winning the Super Bowl. All of us being so happy for Stafford getting the last pick in the first round and being really okay with it. I really hope this happens. I got the Rams, Chiefs, Rams winning the Super Bowl, and that'd be great. It'd be awesome. All right, I am Detroit Pierce. I have to talk about this. I had a dumb brain moment. I had one dumb moment this week. DeAndre Jordan trade, okay? I have something to admit. When we traded for DeAndre Jordan, in my brain, the DeAndre Jordan that we got was the DeAndre Jordan that got locked in his house by the Clippers and forced to sign with the Clippers, okay? That's the DeAndre Jordan I was like, damn, wow, okay? But then I realized that he quickly got bought out, went to the Lakers. But we got 4 second-round picks, though. That's really, really good. Really good deal. Troy Weaver, this is your team. Killian Hayes is the most experienced, the longest tenured Piston. This is your team. And you've built a pretty good roster. Let's see what it can do. Be very interested to see what they do. All right, final thought. I had a realization the other day that I need to change final thought. And I needed to just have it be a random rant, okay? So I'm having it be a random rant. And the first random rant final thought is college relationships, okay? I'm talking to a friend of mine who's still in college, or they just got out of college. He's getting his master's degree. Let me tell you something real quick, okay? Break up with him. If you're in a long, and I've been dealing with this forever. I was an RA in college. Freshmen who in every single relationship is the exact same when you're a freshman in college too, by the way. It's all the same, right? You come in with your high school boyfriend or a high school girlfriend, and they're back in freaking Mackinac, and you're going to Ann Arbor, and we're gonna make it work long distance, or you're the freshman, you're coming in, and they're sitting around being like, I understand that they go to Michigan State and I go to Michigan, but it's only like an hour and a half. We can make it work. What, your friend goes to Hope College and you're going to Michigan State, and you're like, we're gonna make it work. No, you're not. Oh, but my mom and dad made it work. Yeah. They're one couple out of a billion. Oh, but my relationship's one to... No, it's not. It's not. Break up with them. Have a fun college. You're too young. I was an RA and I was dealing with that crap all the time. I'm dating my high school girlfriend. She's a head cheerleader. She's the head cheerleader, and she goes to Kearney High. She goes to Omaha Central, and she's so hot. She's so great. I break up with her. Break up with him. There's my final thought. College relationships drive me crazy, and this is the time we're at this awkward point where we're going to Labor Day. And everybody goes home, and everybody talks to their girlfriend from high school, and they're like, "Oh yeah, babe, I'm having so much fun, but I missed you, and it's not the same without you. I'm not cheating on you. I'm being loyal. Give it 3 weeks, you're gonna be out. Get out of here. Break up with them, okay? Break up with them. Have fun. That's my final thought." I think it's funny because every single college relationship in the first couple of months of college, they're all the exact same. They're all going through the exact same problems, and everybody thinks it's new, and they just rewrite the names. You're going through the same problem. Break up with them. Okay? Have fun at college. Life's too short. I don't care if it doesn't make you laugh. It makes me laugh. Okay. And I say that, by the way, I say that as a caveat because I married my wife when I started dating my wife when I was 19 years old, and I dated her throughout college. And I had a long distance. I had a girlfriend right before we started dating who went to high school with me, and I broke up with her because it was so hard. And I met my wife 2 weeks later. Do it. It's totally worth it. It's totally worth breaking up with your high school girlfriend. Okay. And this is a very small caveat of people that I'm talking to. I'm going on this, 3.5 minute rant. I understand I'm talking to like one very specific sliver of people. But it's true. I hope this makes you laugh. I don't know. It makes me laugh. All right. Have a good week. God bless. Go Detroit sports. Be a good person. Like and subscribe. I'm going to be in Denver for the Texas A&M Colorado game. I'm going to try to make a travel video. I'm actually going to make some content out there. So if you're in Denver, hit me up. Like and subscribe. Hit me up in Denver. Like and subscribe.